Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Restaurant and Bar Marketing Podcast. This is Erik Shellenberger coming at you from Los Angeles, California. So today, this is going to be another visual one for the most part. Please catch this on YouTube if you're just listening to the podcast, but I'll try to make it as easy to follow along with just audio as I can. We're going to talk about Google business profiles and how to optimize your Google presence. This is one of the big things I do for Bar Marketing Basics. I do this for all my clients, and I'm going to give you one of the big secrets of how I get my clients to rank where they do and how to get that growth out of Google. Basically, a fancy way of saying, how do I get more people to see a restaurants near me type of search, which is called discovery traffic, as opposed to direct traffic. If that's someone looking specifically for your restaurant, that's completely different. So we're talking about discovery here, which is the undecided customer, hungry person looking for somewhere to eat. So first, we're going to start out here at the Google My Business. So it's called Google Business Profile now, google.com/business. So once you sign in, if you don't immediately see your restaurant listed, you've got the wrong email address. So keep trying different email addresses until you see your restaurant. When you sign in, it's going to look like this. This changed a while back, and it used to look a lot different than it does now, but we're going to go with the current version of what it looks like. So quick side note, to add or remove users from your profile, these three dots right here, business profile settings, people and access, this is a list of people who have access to this profile. And if you have the add right here, that means you've got the rights to add, remove, do whatever you got to do. And if you don't have the add, that means you do not have the rights. You only have manager rights, not owner rights. Okay, moving on. So right here, we can tell the profile strength is not a complete green circle, which means we've got some work to do. So this is a client of mine, and I went through an audit and found this one incomplete, so we're going to fix it. So under complete info, it's going to walk us through exactly what we need to do. So we need to add photos of the menu, add photos of our dishes. So the photos have to be pretty specific. So to get the correct photos, we need the photos to be named correctly in the right size to where everybody is going to play nice. Google usually plays pretty nice with any size photo you give it. If it's really small or really big, it'll kick it out. For the most part, it's going to play nice with everything. But I'm going to show you how to optimize for all platforms. Whether you're uploading pictures to TripAdvisor, to Yelp, to Apple Maps, which is a very, very picky one, it's going to go something like this. So when you go to resize your photos, go to bulkresizephotos.com. Chances are your photos, if they come from a photographer, they're going to be way too big. They're going to be several megs in size. They're going to be like 5,000 pixels wide, which is enormous. If you have photos that are too small, I really don't recommend going from a smaller photo to blowing it up. It's going to look terrible. So try to go from a bigger photo and resize it down. So when you choose your photos here, this is a couple from this example. We're going to use these. Okay, here's the settings you want to use. Right here, you're going to go to longest side, which is on the bottom. Make the longest side, change this to 1500 pixels. Now the image quality 75 is plenty good. It's going to look the same as 100, only the file size is going to be smaller. I'd leave this as 75. When you hit start, I'm not going to because I already did this. It's going to create a zip folder for you. Take that zip folder, unzip it. There's your photos. Now, your photos that you got are going to be in the format that were sent to you from the photographer and probably the name that either the photographer or the camera assigned to them. So here's what they started out as. These were all called JMH_0120, 012122, and so on. So that doesn't mean a thing to Google. So Google renames these anyway. So this part of renaming your actual file, everybody I talked to is a little fuzzy on this one, but I think Google renames it and kicks this title out. But for all of your other uses, you're going to want to do this. Changing the title to an actual keyword with traffic is going to be how we're kind of pulling in different traffic for people typing in words like this. So how do you know what people are typing in to find this particular place? This is a Polynesian restaurant. It's a tiki bar. It's in Old Town Scottsdale. These are all pretty simple, and these are what people are typing in to get to this particular result in a Google search. So I found these from going to ChatGPT And here's what I typed in. Show me SEO and Google-friendly keywords for great neighborhood Polynesian restaurant and tiki bar with an outdoor patio located in Old Town, Scottsdale, Arizona. Pretty specific. I said what kind of place it is. It is a restaurant. It is a bar. It does have an outdoor patio. Here's the city it's in. Here's the neighborhood it's in. And so anybody typing in something like that is we're going to be displayed, chances are, or in a better likelihood of being displayed for somebody typing in something along the lines of that. So here's the list that ChatGPT has given me. Now I can ask it one thing further and say, show monthly search volume for each word. And it's pretty amazing. It will tell you how many people per month are searching for each one of these words. So you can assign a value to each one of these. Keep in mind, the more volume of a search, the more competitive that word's going to be. So if you think you can just go restaurants near me for all of them, it doesn't work like that. And okay, so good. ChatGPT says no, they don't have specific volume, which is strange. Normally this kicks, it may be that these words are a little too specific. It does normally kick out a range of 500 to 1,000 per month. Try it on your side and see what it says. Some of pops of keywords based upon couldn't retrieve precise monthly search volume for each keyword directly from the sources. You can use words anyway. So in this case, it didn't work out, but we're going to use these anyway because we know these already have search volume to them. So I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to take the last one here and I'm going to take this one and I'm going to rename this one. Don't name multiple photos the same things. These want to be unique phrases every time. Okay, so there's my photos. These are all very well, the size is correct, as you can see over here. They're all named real words. Now it's time to upload these. So when we go back to the Drunk Monk, okay, first it wants photos of the menu. Since the Drunk Monk's menu is a PDF, it looks like this. It's not very attractive. But the point is, Google wants a photo of the menu. It wants this to be thorough. Everything needs to be filled out thoroughly. So in an effort to be thorough, we're going to say, okay, we're going to give you what you want. And I'm going to upload 2 pages of the menu. Just keep in mind, if you update the menu, you got to update the photos, or these are going to be old ones and it could lead to issues. So there we go. Next, select photos of your dishes. So we're going to select the ones that we came up with, and I'm just going to drag those over here. And here's our dishes. Now, if these are on TripAdvisor, TripAdvisor is going to make you name them. So instead of just putting the name of your bar, copy, paste per picture, you've already got the list in ChatGPT of unique keywords you can name these. So name them the same keyword as the photo. Okay, so we've got these here. Okay, now it's going to want you to claim your advertising credit. I wouldn't. Skip that. And then we're going to go back to our profile and we're going to show up a green circle. Looks good. Good to go. Now, while we're here, we're going to go over to edit profile and we're going to make sure everything looks good here. You've got an opportunity for 10 different Google categories. So use all 10. If you just have a restaurant as a primary or a Mexican restaurant, Italian restaurant as a primary, and the rest is blank, do yourself a huge favor and fill the rest of the 9 out. These are all predetermined by Google, so you can't make them up. You have to search for things that exist, but just Google a list of Google categories. It's extravagant. It's thousands of them long because it applies to every business across the world, but you could find closer restaurant-based ones and pick 10 from there. So the description, this generate description right here, this is a plugin I use. This is called GMB Everywhere. I think I use a lot of plugins. Anyway, this is one of the plugins I use. So yours is not going to say generate description here, but you can go back to ChatGPT and use the same thing. Show me an SEO and Google friendly description of whatever your restaurant and bar is. Describe it, describe the neighborhood, describe the area. And you can say, using, if you want to say a Google description format, or this happens to be 750 characters or less. So you can just tell it, write me an SEO and Google friendly description for blah, blah, blah with 750 characters or less, it will. So there's that. And make sure while you're here, all this other stuff is correct. Make sure your pin markers are right. If your pin marker is not correct, you can move it here. So it is correct. I'm not going to mess with it. Your service areas, now this should be filled out as well, and a lot of people don't do this. These are the cities surrounding it. These are the zip codes next to it. I've got about 20 or so service areas that I want this client to show up if somebody is in one of these areas doing a search for something like this. Hours, happy hours, of course. You can add different hours for all this stuff. Breakfast, brunch, delivery, dinner, lunch, kitchen, drive-through, senior hours. That's kind of a COVID one, and what have you. So these are called the Google attribute questions. These are about 50 or 60 yes or no questions that whatever you do, fill these out. If it's a yes, put a yes. If it's a no, put a no. Do not leave it blank. Because again, how you rank here and how you do well is if you're thorough. Google wants to see every single thing filled out to a T. And that's why we say yes or no on every one of these. Be honest. Don't say yes to something you don't offer. You're just going to piss people off. So once all these are filled out, I believe we've got some opportunity here because the parking ones were recently changed. And so we do have, okay, these are pending. So we've got valet parking, free parking lot, and free street parking, which is true for this particular client. And so here's these right here. Free parking garage, yes. Free parking lot, yes. Free street parking, on-site parking, paid garage, not, no. Paid parking lot, no. Street parking, no. Valet, yes. So there we go. And now our parking is updated. And there we go right there. So that's all good to go. So then go through the rest of these, make sure all of these are accurate. And once you're through with that, you're kind of done there. Now you're going to want to get this to be a green circle, and don't just skip the menu part because your menu is a PDF or because it doesn't look good or because of whatever reason it is. Figure it out, screenshot it if it's a PDF, and put it through the photo resizer, make sure it's the right size, update it here to get this green circle. Once you have that, everything is good to go. Do not forget to respond to your online reviews. So you're going to want to respond to every one of these, good or bad, like we do here. And we thank our fans. We put out the fires. We sign them with the person on the MOD, whoever's the person on the floor, the GM, who's going to be responsible for. If I was to say, hey, we apologize, we'd love another shot, please come in and ask for me. That me has to be the guy here. So don't make it a marketing person. Don't make it the owner who's never there. Make it the guy who's responsible for dealing with customers. But do yourself a favor, respond to all these, not only for the sake of the public reading these can see that we care and we respond to these because we want to do a good job, and we want to, if we came up short, we want to apologize, make it right. Also, the algorithm is really, really watching this, is really watching third-party opinions. They're watching reviews. Reviews, like it or not, are as important as they've ever been, and they're going to be even more important. AI computers are starting to use reviews a lot. So AI is going to be the search of the future. Google's going to lose 25% of its search volume by 2026. That's the statistic I keep hearing. If that's true, we're going to lose that search volume to AI computers. So they're going to be the new Google. So they're weighing heavily on not only your reviews, but your responses to reviews. So start now, get ahead of the curve and start responding to those. So all this stuff is going to help your Google visibility. It's going to help your online visibility. And I hope this helps. Any questions, hit me up, Bar Marketing Basics or barmarketingbasics.com. Thanks so much.